Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Guidance Corner. My name's Christelle, and in this week's discussion, I want to lighten it up a little bit. We've had some really heavy discussions recently, and I just want to do a little discussion on what the French would call la vie est belle. Life is beautiful. So, why a discussion on this? And the main reason is I was recently watching a movie, and in the movie, the person was in a beautiful environment, and they were so in a place of hurting that they couldn't see it. They couldn't take it in, and it got me thinking about the word beautiful and this French saying "La vie est belle." Life is beautiful. And I thought it would be a little bit of a lighter topic, just a little bit of a topic that we can just sit with and mull over. But it still will be deep and it still will be meaningful because I want all my topics to be like that. But just something to break the heaviness of the last few weeks. So, la vie est belle. For starters, what is life? And I think when we look at what is life, we probably all have different explanations for it. So I'm going to give you mine. Life is a series of experiences. It's a series of adventures. It's a series of situations, events that shape us, but that show us we're living, we're alive, we're evolving, we're changing, there's growth. And sometimes there's peaceful moments, sometimes everything's in chaos, but that's life. So I want to look at beautiful. Beauty and the word beautiful will mean different things to different people. And I'm going to talk about it not in its most superficial used way. This person is beautiful, that person is not beautiful. This color I find beautiful, this color I don't. And I've used the word I because beauty is subjective. There are things that we might naturally, as humans, agree is beautiful. Most of us will look at a sunset and say that is beautiful. And then for other things like what we consider a beautiful painting or a beautiful face or a beautiful pet might not be what somebody else views it as. So why this beautiful? Why bring beauty into our self-reflective journey, into our life journey, into this space of counseling and coaching and well-being? And after watching this movie, I thought about it for quite a while. And I ummed and ahed whether I should actually do a discussion on it. So I've probably been sitting with this discussion for a few weeks now. And today felt right. I felt there was meaning behind this discussion. Beauty is always around us. Beauty is within us. Yet there are moments in our life and there are through events in our life and situations that we find ourselves in that there's almost a curtain that drops on the beauty. We might no longer see the beauty within us. We might no longer see the beauty of the world. We might no longer see the beauty in others. Why is that? Why is beauty subjective to how we're feeling, not when we're looking at it superficially? Okay. Why can one day we sit in front of a beautiful sunset and be moved and feel the awe and feel inspired? Or why at other times does it happen and we barely notice? Do we only see beauty when we feel good? And if that's the case, why? What is the link? So, as I was journaling and as I was meditating on this topic and just seeing, okay, where is this taking me? And now, where am I taking you? Um, I kind of came to a realization that when we feel good, it's almost like we're tapping into the beauty within us. When we feel good, we're less critical. We're more kind of flowing. We're more open. And I think we're just naturally more open because we're naturally less critical. When we feel down or anxious or rushed or not in a place of feeling good, is probably the simplest way of saying it. Beauty is one of the first things that fall away. We'll see the harshness in the world. We'll see maybe even a sunset as the finality, the finish of that day, and we haven't done all the things we needed to do. So it's almost like we spin things a different way. And if we can spin it one way, can we spin it the other way? So can we stop enough? Or can we, in those moments of sadness, loneliness, depression, anxiety, anger, are we able to pause enough to notice something beautiful? Because sometimes I feel the beauty creeps in spite of us. So we might be having a bad day. We might be angry. We might just be tired. And we might be frowning and we might just be irritable and then we'll hear a child laugh and suddenly our facade is cracked. We might find ourselves about to smile. Sometimes we might hold that back because I'm not going to smile. I'm in a bad mood. I think that's happened to all of us. But it's still crept in. It's still broken through that facade, even if it was just a fraction of a second. Can we, I don't like to use the word train, but I'm going to here, can we train ourselves to notice the beauty around us? That's something that as individuals we need to ask ourselves, can we? And would it help? So I want to talk to you about beautiful things before we go any further. A conversation with somebody and suddenly they smile and it's a genuine from the heart smile that goes to their eyes and they beam this smile at you. It's like a ray of sunshine hits you. I mentioned before a sunset that just takes your breath away. It's almost like life slows down or even stops for this glory before your eyes. And you find yourself trying to drink it in so that you remember every aspect, every color. You try to drink it in like that smile is a beam of light that comes almost into you. A beautiful painting that makes you stop in your tracks and that you just want to look at every brush stroke or every pencil stroke. The beauty that stops you in your tracks for a fraction of a second or a minute. And there's so many things out in nature. There's so many things by other people. And when I looked into, okay, for starters, what do I consider as beautiful? And I mentioned a few things. That smile, a sunset, beautiful artwork. I love artwork, nature. You know, watching the light filter through a tree, the wind through the leaves. I remember sitting in a park one day with somebody, and they said to me, it was a windy day, but a kind of not wind that makes everything go chaotic, just this wind that was going out and coming back. It was amazing. And they said to me, can you feel the trees breathing? And we sat in wonderment as the trees seemed to exhale and inhale. And we got caught in this moment. I'm getting goosebumps just even talking about it. These things are beautiful. These things, for me, stop me in my tracks. And there are times where life is not great and not going well. And I might notice them less. But I feel that somehow within me, I've almost trained myself to kind of go, oh, hang on a minute, this is beautiful. To break through the thoughts, to break through the feelings and the emotions, to tap into something else that is trying to come out and into me. And the more I thought about this, the more I felt what a beautiful way to look at the word beautiful. And I notice even myself, I use the word beautiful a lot. And it's not just what I see with my eyes, though that is a big aspect. It's not because beautiful music, it's what we hear. Beautiful food is what we taste. Or beautiful fabrics or textures, what we feel with our hands. But it's not even those senses. It goes deeper than that. And it touches some aspect of ourselves that transcends, moves past our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, to tap into something just as deep, but that helps us to realign with what is beautiful. So this discussion on beautiful, I want it to be a reminder that even when our life is chaos, our life is not going the way we want it to, or we've just been knocked down and knocked down and knocked down. I'll put up a past video on cracking open. The feeling of cracking open is not beautiful, but when we are cracked open, it's almost like we can let the light in and let our light out again. And it's almost like we can access the beautiful again. So why is this important? And I sat with this quite a bit to try and figure out, why am I doing a discussion on this? And the conclusion that I came to is, what if we tried to come at life? And remember, I said earlier on, to me, life is experiences, events, situations. What if we came to all of those with a mindset of making them beautiful? We can live in a home with 4 walls and windows and a door. What is our need to make our space beautiful? And that's not what other people judge beautiful, but what do we consider beautiful? But we have this desire to make our surroundings beautiful. We even have the desire to make ourselves beautiful. And I'm not talking about loads of makeup and the latest fashion and, plastic surgery. All that is included in it. And we tap into that to whatever extent feels right for us. But I'm talking about make ourselves beautiful, that here we are, this is me. Is that beautiful hair? Is that a healthy athletic body? Is that a radiant smile? And what is the beautiful that comes out of us? Is it the tone of our voice? Is it the words? Is it the touch, the feeling, the connection? The gentleness in the eyes? The compassion? So beautiful is, or beautiful can be, in everything. And it's not even something that we would immediately go to when we think, I'm going to come to a situation with ... We probably wouldn't use the word beautiful. We might use the word kindness. We might use the word with compassion or with strength, with ambition. But what if beautiful embraced all of that? What if there was strength in the beautiful? There was compassion in the beautiful. There was sincerity in the beautiful. Because I believe we have a natural instinct for the beautiful. We love flowers. We love order, and order can come out of beauty, but there's beauty in chaos too if we allow ourselves to see it. So beautiful can be a perception. I guess the way I'm using beautiful here is pleasing. What pleases us? What pleases our senses? And how can we bring that into our conversations, into our world, and how it helps us see more of the beauty in our world. When we start to notice beauty, we see more and more of it. And somehow I feel that seeing the beauty within us is the key that unlocks that door. We can see the beauty in our exterior world quite easily, probably more easily than we can see it within ourselves. But when we're down, when we see our own inner beauty, that's when, even when we are down, we can still see the beauty in our exterior world. And I feel that that will impact to what extent we feel down. I feel it will impact those times that we feel those heavy energies, those chaotic energies, those depressing energies, when we just don't feel great, when we just don't feel our happy selves, and when we don't want to say, La vie est belle. We almost want to say, oh my God, life's a nightmare. And when that happens, if we can see the littlest beauty in what is around us, our vibrations will rise, our energy will rise, kindness will rise within us, and we will feel supported by something other than what is happening in our life in this moment. It's not something that I think is easy to do, and I think it's something that in the moments of our unhappiness we will forget. But if you are struggling today, if you are grieving, if you are feeling lonely or depressed, try to find a little ray of sunshine, a little ray of beautiful in something around you or something within you. I shared this story in one of the other episodes. I can't remember which one, maybe the cracking open actually. And I mentioned how very difficult breakup actually enabled me to see, wow, I can love someone. I love with all my being. And that was that little ray of sunshine. So even though it was a really difficult situation and it was so difficult to navigate and I was so unhappy, I was so filled with sadness, this little ray of sunshine, this little thought that kept coming back to me was, but look at how you love. And I believe that that was my little doorway to getting myself out of this sadness, to seeing that from this situation that needed to happen, something beautiful actually came through. Something that I had never seen within myself shone through. And that's beautiful. And it might not be what we expect. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. And I know it was maybe a bit of a weird discussion this week, but I hope that it's still one that will resonate with you. And I will still do the journaling worksheets and the blog and the meditation on this. And I hope that it brings a ray of beautiful into your life. And like the French say, let's not forget, la vie est belle. See you next time. Bye-bye.